Hey everyone, welcome to the Raw Reset. I'm Amber, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm on a journey to lose 100 pounds utilizing the raw food lifestyle. Now, today I wanted to make a snack. So, on this raw food journey that I'm on, I often crave something crunchy or savory or snacky. And so I wanted to come up with something that's delicious, but still absolutely healthy and raw, of course. So we're going to be making some raw vegan jalapeno cheddar cheese crackers. Say that 3 times fast. So I'm going to go over all the ingredients with you and then we'll get into it. All right, so we need some ground flax. Now this is golden ground flax. We want the golden one for color purposes. But if you have dark flax, that's okay. You can use either one you want. We need some chia seeds. We need some nutritional yeast. Now, if you don't do yeast, you can obviously omit that. This helps with that cheesy flavor, getting that cheesy flavor. Granulated garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika. We want a jalapeno. Now, if you want it spicier, you can use 2 jalapenos or you can use a different pepper if you want. Want it hotter. Ground turmeric. We need a bell pepper, red bell pepper, lemon, some sea salt. We need some apple cider vinegar, some miso paste. Now, technically, this is not raw. So if you want to omit this, you certainly can. It absolutely helps with flavor though, so I'm going to use that. We're about progress, not absolute perfection here. This is some soaked sunflower seeds, a cup of soaked sunflower seeds, and a half a cup of soaked cashews. And I have about a half a cup of water. So those are our ingredients. What you need, you obviously need a blender too to blend this up, and you will need a dehydrator. So I'll get this all cleaned up and we'll get going on our recipe. All right, so I've strained my sunflower seeds here, and this was a cup of sunflower seeds. So we're just gonna add that to a bowl. And then we're gonna do a 1/4 cup of chia seeds. All right, and then we're gonna add our water. Now that was a half a cup of water. And we're gonna mix this around. This is going to solidify a little bit and get a little thicker while we make the rest of this. So just mix this up really good and then set this aside. All right, now we'll get on to our other ingredients. Okay guys, so I've cut about half of the jalapeno off and I've diced this and set it aside. So I'm just gonna sprinkle this in our cracker mixture when it's done, just to add a little bit more texture, a little bit different contrast, and just spread that little green throughout the cracker as well. And I've strained the cashews. So we're gonna put this in the blender. I'm not gonna put all the seeds in the blender. That would be way too hot for me. If you like spice, then go ahead. It's totally up to you. Or if you want to use a hotter pepper, you can totally do that too. It's up to you. But I'm just going to put that in there. All right, we're going to add our red bell pepper. We're going to put the whole thing in here. All right, now 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Oh boy, I just totally spilled that inside. Oops-a-daisy-cole. 1 teaspoon though, not a dump like I just did. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon or 1 big pinch of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of turmeric, and we're going to do 2 teaspoons of miso. All right, and that's it. So we're going to get this blended up. And of course, I forgot the yeast. It never fails. We need a 1/4 cup of yeast. And this will be a good time to scrape down the sides. All right, give it a taste. That is delicious. So we're going to take this and add it to our bowl ingredients that's been sitting there solidifying for about 10 minutes. All right, now we're going to add our wet ingredients to our seed mixture here of sunflower seeds, chia, and water and flax. We're going to mix that in. Make sure you get all the goodness out of here. Nice healthy cracker. All right, and this mixture is nice and thick. That's how you want it. Nice and thick. And I'm going to add just my little sprinkle of green jalapeno there. And I'm going to mix that in. Adds a little bit more color to it. All right, now we're going to get it spread out on a couple dehydrator sheets, and we're going to score it. So I'll show you how that's done. All right, guys, so I have my dehydrator sheets here, and I'm going to get the crackers spread out. I'm going to try for about half of this on one. I don't want these really thick. I want them more crispy and crunchy texture. That's what I prefer. It's up to you, however thick you want it. And then I have my offset spatula here. that I'm going to use to flatten it out. All right, so that is the texture that I'm going for. And I don't care that the edges are not perfect. I'm going for the thinness of it. I'm going to score this now and show you how that's done. Now, scoring is just obviously we're going to make little squares and make it so that it's easy to break into the squares when it's done. The goal is to not try to go all the way through the cracker. So just edging, glazing the top. Just like that. And then I'm going to top it with a little bit of sea salt and a little bit of nutritional yeast. And I have some Celtic sea salt here, so I'm going to top it with some of this and also with some nutritional yeast. Now, obviously, if you don't do the yeast, you don't have to do that step. It won't be as cheesy without the yeast. All right, one down, one to go. And into the dehydrator they go at 115 degrees for 4 hours, and then I'm going to flip them and dehydrate for another 4 hours. Check on them. They might need a little bit longer. These ones in this tray are a little bit thicker, so it just depends on how thick they are, obviously, and how long they're going to take. So I will see you when they are all finished. All right, guys, the crackers are all done. Look at the texture. They're super crunchy and hard. Super crispy. And that's what you're going for if you want a crispy cracker. Now, these took quite a bit of time. I'm going to say they probably took about 14 hours, but beautiful cracker. Let's give it a taste. Okay, guys, so I've broken up all of the crackers into their little pieces, and I'm so excited to give them a try. They're nice and crunchy, which is exactly the texture I was looking for. Now, these did take quite a bit longer in the dehydrator than I originally thought. So you kind of have to play around with that. And it obviously depends on the dehydrator you have, and also obviously how thick the cracker is. But I'm going to give this a try. I'm super excited to try it. Now, this is a cashew cheese, and I will link a video recipe above to make your own raw cheese at home. So I'm excited to give this a try and a taste. You guys, that is so good. It's so dynamite. It's so good. I'm going to have another one. I don't know if you can hear that crunch. They're crunchy, delicious, and satisfying. I hope you guys absolutely love this recipe. If you're new to the raw vegan lifestyle or curious about how to get started on the raw vegan lifestyle, I've put a link to my free Raw Reset beginner guide in the comments below, along with a link to join Club Raw, which is Jillian Berry's raw vegan community. And I highly, highly recommend joining there. I'm there, and tons of amazing, inspiring, encouraging others are also there. So I would love to see you there with me. Thank you again so much for watching and supporting my channel. God bless you.